video is going to be a little different. Normally we do videos on how to take guns apart, put them back together, the restoration process, but something that we do at the shop all the time that people don't get to see is we have engraving touched up, or the lettering on a barrel. Whenever we polish up these guns, if there's pits in there and we have to take metal off, it weakens the engraving and lightens it. Sometimes it's completely gone. And today we're going to introduce you to the guy who touches up the engraving for us. His name is Ray Cover. Very, very talented engraver. He's been working with us for a while now, and we're very pleased with what he does for us. But Ray also has opened up an engraving school. So we talked to him, and he was kind enough to do an interview with us, and we're going to go down there today and talk to him. And if you know someone who's wanting to learn how to engrave, whether they want to get into it as a hobby or possibly make a profession out of it, we're going to introduce you to Ray, and at the end of the video, in the interview, we're going to put a link to his website and his school, and give the man a call if you want to schedule a class. But if it's something that you want to get into, he's the man to go see. We're very pleased with his work. He's incredibly knowledgeable. We highly recommend him. So we're going to go ahead down to Potosi, Missouri, and do a little interview with him and introduce you to the man. We're here with Ray Cover today, and he's opened up a school for fine engraving down here in Missouri, Potosi, I do believe. And we'd like to get some of his history. He's been doing work for us for a while now, and we're very pleased with what he does. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Ray.
Oh, I started engraving back when I was like 19, 20. It was toward the end of my college career. I started out early on as a scrimshander and was doing scrimshaw when I was in high school. And then I got away from that, started getting into the metal engraving about the last couple years of college. So I've been doing this for about 30 years now altogether. I've been doing it full time for about 25 of that almost.
How long have you been instructing?
Oh, about 15 years.
And what kind of instruction do you offer?
Pretty much all levels of engraving. My basic classes are the most popular. I also have intermediate classes. Most advanced instruction I do is one-on-one private instruction. But yeah, I pretty much teach at all levels.
And what kind of work there is for somebody that gets into engraving? Is it steady work?
Really, that depends on how good a salesperson, how good they are at marketing themselves. Making a living as an engraver has more to do with your business skills than your engraving skills. I know guys doing mediocre work that are breaking it in, and I know guys who are doing excellent work who are bad businessmen that are starving to death. So that has more to do with how good you are at marketing and the business end of it than it does your actual skill. But yeah, there are guys out there making some pretty good money as engravers now.
Anything you like to work on in particular?
I don't really have a favorite project. I work all across the scope. I work on fountain pens, guns, knives, fly rods, pretty much anything that can be engraved, I'll engrave.
How can someone get into engraving?
The best way is to take a class. I know that sounds like shameless self-promotion, but an education is expensive. You can teach yourself, and it take you several years to really get it all figured out and get good enough to start actually making money at it. Or you can take a couple of classes and practice, and 8-9 months, and you're to the point where you can start doing some serious cutting. So it really, taking a class is the best option.
So what kind of advantage does your school offer over other schools?
Well, one of the advantages is I am a trained teacher. I do have an education degree. I actually taught art in the public schools for a few years before I decided to be a full-time engraver. I do know how to teach people. There are a lot of people who can do something but don't necessarily know how to teach it. Another advantage that my school has is when you come here, you can try out all three major brands of equipment that is on the market. I have engraving.com's equipment. I have Lindsay Engraving's equipment, and I have GRS's equipment here. And this is really the only school out there where you can come and test head-to-head all of these and make an educated decision when you walk out of the class.
And if somebody wants to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
They can contact me through my website, learningtoengrave.com. That'd be the best way to get a hold of me.
Well, Ray, we appreciate your time today, and thank you for having us.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming down here and doing this, and I just appreciate what you've done.